toy. Hi everyone, welcome to the knitting den, or the knitting pot. I'm still here, weather's still nice. This is episode number 131 and today is Tuesday, September 23rd. I have a little co-host here with me, I'll tell you why in a second. My name's Denise, I'm also known as Knitting Den on Ravelry and Instagram. Those are the only two places I'm usually online right now. I want to welcome everyone back, friends. Hi! And have you got your coffee or your tea? I have lipstick on mine right now. But this is one of my new mugs from Alaska. Thank you, Lindsay. And look, I love the moose on it. Where is he? Is that him? Yes. That's the moose. The mountains, the whale's tail. It's fabulous. So I hope you have your cuppa. The sun is coming out. I guess I could have sat over there, but I thought it was a little breezy. And I think yesterday, if I'm correct, I think I heard it was the first day of fall. So this is why my little co-host is here. This is one of my Boyd's bears, and she has the pumpkin. She'll be coming out soon because I think it's about time. Sit there, Missy. Oh, I guess I could sit her back here, look, where you can still see her. It's nearly that time when I get my fall decorations out. I know I had a few flowers last week, but I'm talking about in the house. Now, where's Miss Fluff gone? I don't know, but she can't get out. Alright, so I want to welcome new viewers. If you're watching for the first time, thanks for checking out the podcast. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you become a regular viewer or a new friend. I want to say a special hi to a few that have joined the Ravelry group, to everyone joined the Ravelry group. Can't get my words out. To everyone that joined the Ravelry group, hi and welcome. But to those that left an introduction, I want to say hello to Lisa, who is Lisa Lynn. I'm trying to say it off the top of my head. Lisa Lynn from Iowa. Hi Lisa. And Knitter Deb 1030, who is Debbie in Missouri. Hi Debbie. Also Wendy, who is WKH25 on Ravelry, who is in Wyoming. Hi Wendy. And hi to Laura, who is Steelers 1. I think that's the number 1, not an I. In Indiana. So hi Laura. So hi to everyone. It's great to have you here, and I really appreciate you leaving a message for me. As I said, first day of fall yesterday, so I am wearing my forest foliage with the beautiful leaves. You can see if you're new to the show. This is one of my recent finished objects, forest foliage from the Botanical Knits 2 book, and it was knit in, all of this is off the top of my head, Malabrigo sock in the Arbol colourway. There you go. So, there's workmen around here. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear them, but I can, and I'm surprised Bindy's not barking at them. I've heated my coffee up so it'll stay hot for a few minutes while we chitter-chatter. As I said, the sun's just come out and it's gorgeous. We've had really nice weather past week. I hope you've all had a great week. I'm just checking down to see what happened last week. Oktoberfest, the neighbourhood Oktoberfest, was last Saturday, and we had a fabulous day weather-wise for that too. Sunday was very overcast and rather chilly, so it was perfect timing. I didn't take too many pictures. I did take one, I think there was only one. You might see it at the end. The fire department, or I wanted to say the fire brigade. Do you guys say that here? We call it the fire brigade back in England, or at least we did when I was young. They came and they were letting the kids, you know, climb on the fire trucks, and Smokey the bear was there. And for those in England, you might not know who Smokey is. I think he's the wild, I'm like, do I know who Smokey is? He is the forest fires kind of guy for the kids to, I think that's where it is. The national parks, you know, he kind of tells you about safety and not, like how not to start fires. I think that's what he's all about. So, I took one picture of him, and you'll probably see it at the end because I haven't inserted it right here. Let's see. Excuse me. So we did the Oktoberfest. I hope you all had a fabulous week. As I said, weather-wise, it was great. I don't know what my hair's doing this morning. I haven't washed it yet, as usual. I did it yesterday, but it's Tuesday morning, and I record Tuesday morning, but because I washed it yesterday, I haven't done it yet today. Okay, so you don't really need to know all of that. I've just realised you can kind of see some green in the window behind me. So it does look like I'm still sitting outside. You can see the reflection of the trees in the window there. Okay, enough waffling, Denise. I think I've gone through all the welcomes. So I think we're going to jump straight into what's in the den. And I'm super excited about this. Hold on. Wait till I grab it. Oh, it's right down this side. Hold on. And, excuse me, because of the allergies, I'm all sniffly still. Alright, get yourself right, Denise. Okay, in my big Rainforest Studio bag, I've just pulled this off the floor this morning because it was laying on towels blocking. It's my forest elf. Oh my gosh. I'm getting rather excited about this because I think I might be finished it next week. All I have to do is the hood. Can you believe it? The hood. Now, I did, hold on, because I've got everything. Oh, you know what? I didn't bring the right one. Haha. No, I thought I had everything with me. And I usually like to show it before, you know, new viewers. But I'm knitting a big long jacket. Sorry, I'm going to have to keep doing that too because I'm never that well situated when I'm on this side of the porch. I've got nowhere to sit things, so I use the tables in front of me. I'm knitting the Forest Elf, a long jacket in a Simply Knitting magazine from a few months ago, and I'm knitting it with a friend. And you know what I did last week? Let's see where it is. Because I showed you this, I've put it in my sweater bag. And I can smell it, and it smells gorgeous. Now, I'm not recommending you put these in your bag, especially if you're somewhere hot. You do not want these to be melting and rubbing and falling out in your project bag. But this is closed. It was in a cool room all week, but I just get a little sniff of it when I open the bag. So I have all of these pieces blocked, and I've just, as I said, pulled them off the floor. This is the back. There's not really much I can show you. It looks really long, and that's because it's supposed to be, and this shawl keeps falling off me, so I either need to tie it around or just take it off. So I have the back, and as you can see, everything is still, you know, I still have live stitches because we're going to pick up everything around here for the hood. So I have the back, I have, what are these? I think these are the sides. Let me see. Yes, here's the sides. Now that's still curling in. The sides have a tiny little cabled edge, and that's a buttonhole, not an hole in the jacket. That's a buttonhole. Tiny little, I can't tell if you're seeing it, tiny little cable detail down the front. Everything else about it is plain. So I have two of those, and I have, one of them is actually still attached to a ball of yarn for the hood, and then I have two sleeves, and the sleeves are plain except another little cable on the edge, but it's like a faux cable. It's just that knit two together but leave them on your needle and then knit the first stitch again before slipping them off. That's the faux cable. So I'm super excited. I know I forget to do this all the time. I've got a lap full of pieces now. I am knitting this in a Highland wool, 80% and 20% alpaca, and it's the Elan yarn, and Sierra Aran, and it doesn't give a colourway, just a number, 0797. So it's kind of like a, you know, forest green, as you can see. I'm definitely going to be, I think, monogamous on this until I get the hood finished. I can't wait, and oh my gosh, I hope it fits. Now I just dropped the ball, so let me put everything back there. So yes, I can't believe I've got such a huge project, and now honestly this I think is gonna, this is the biggest project I've ever knit garment wise. This is annoying me. Other than hubby's cardigan, which turned out too small for him anyway, and I use it when I'm down in my craft room. This is the biggest, as I said, garment I've made, and I can't wait to try it on. So just for the record though, and I don't mean, I'm not hinting, but I just was wanting to tell Marlicia and Talia, I don't have any Kit Kats left. Yeah, they've all gone. I didn't eat them all myself. Hubby and Kiki have been having a few sticks at a time. You know, we usually have 2 sticks at a time, so it's like a small Kit Kat. So I might have to stock up on some more of those. So what else is in the den? Oh yes, I still have something else. Hold on. I keep telling you to hold on. You can tell, you know, I'm having a sip of coffee. I don't need to tell you to hold on, I just need to take a sip. And that's not, oh yes, it is what I wanted. Because I am so close to finishing this jacket, it inspired me to bring out kind of hibernation, or that I did put away at the beginning of the year. I think I actually cast this on in February. I didn't realise it was that long ago. Sorry, it's just a little fly. I decided to pull out my Iwi. I think it's called Iwi. I can't remember, Helen. You told me. Helen Rearian on Ravelry. I was calling this, you can see the name here, Iwi. But I think Helen said it was Iwi. I think it might be a New Zealand kind of name. Anyway, you can see, sorry, I might have moved it too quickly. Don't you dare! That's enough. There's nobody there. What are you looking at the door for? It's the men hammering. Don't dare bark, Bindi, or you have to go in. As you can see, it's a little asymmetrical, but it's got a lovely, if I can get closer for you, lacy panel, and then it's a bit shorter on one side. It's long sleeves, and it does have another lace panel. You don't need to see me while I'm showing it. It has another lace panel on the back, but it doesn't show you a picture of the back. All it shows me is, see, I ordered that specially for you to fly over. Similar, the same picture, but a close-up of the lace pattern. So this is from a booklet, especially for the new yarn they brought out. I didn't bring the ball band, but it's Barocco Folio. And I forgot what the, it might tell me inside, I forgot what the yarn content is. It's 65% superfine alpaca and 35% rayon. And it is super, super soft. It makes me feel as if it's got some cashmere in here. I have it in my squirrely, fat squirrel bag. And I have it in here because it kind of matches. I'm doing a dawn. I like when my projects match my project bags. Excuse me. So, I had quite a bit of this done, and the reason I put it away was it started to warm up here, and I figured there's no point rushing to get it done because I wouldn't wear it. So I moved into summer kind of springtime knits. I did the lace, the draped lace shell, you know, that was a little tank. So I have pulled it out. I'm going to block these this week so they're ready to stitch up when I'm finished. This is, and I always forget, this might be the right side back. So the lace is down the back, and then the left side on the back will be plain, and it gets, I've got it all, I'm mixing it up, but it comes in 4 panels. The back is 2 pieces, and as you can tell, it's shorter. It'll stretch out, but it's shorter like it showed you in the pattern. So oops, did I kick the camera there. I need to block these out. And it is, that looks a little bluer on camera. It's a little greener. That blue looks like the bag, but it's a little greener than what you're seeing. So I have 3 pieces. That first lace piece, 2 plain pieces. And the 4th piece, which is like a panel, is here on the needles. Now, can you see that? You can see that. Can you see that line running through it? Like right here. I don't know why. I don't know how it turned up there. I mean, I don't know if it was something wrong with the yarn. I can see it. I don't know why it's all loose, but I'm not going to pull it out because I'm hoping that once I block it you might not see it, and if I do see it, I don't care. It's down at the bottom. I don't think anybody's going to be staring at the bottom of the sweater. I know some of you, that would drive you crazy and you would have to pull it out, but I'm not one of those gals. I hate frogging and ripping and knitting, tinking backwards. So this is what I've got done on this other side. I think I've only done maybe half a dozen. You know what, I think I actually started there. For some reason that seems as if where I might have started this week. But I checked that I've still got the right needle size. I didn't swap out the needle size, so it's not because I've changed needles. I don't know why, I'm just leaving it. So I will have 2 sleeves to do on this as well. So still a little bit of knitting, but once I get this done, the sleeves will be super easy stocking. Just tiny little flies, they distract me. Stocking stitch. That will be, you know, great TV knitting. I should be able to whiz past them. So this is the yarn. Again, quite blue on there, but I love the feel of it. If you haven't checked this one out, have a look at it in your store, in your local yarn stores. It's fabulous. And the book, I don't know how many patterns are in here. I think it's 6, because that's number 1, and there on the back it says number, where is it? I can't even see where it is. Oh, there, number 6. So that's a nice big shawl. I'm knitting this top. There is like a Mobius kind of cowl thing, or I don't know what else you call it. There's another kind of similar one, like a big cowl that you can put over your head, but I don't think I'd ever wear that. And there's a sweater, actually this is a cardigan, knit in the same yarn. And so that was number 5, so that's it. And I like this sweater better. That rhymes. So that is what else is sitting in the den with me this week. Let me decide where I'm going to put them. Okay, check notes, get a sip of coffee. Bindi has gone to sleep. The other thing that's still in the den and I haven't picked up is my Avalon shawl. Poor Avalon. Seriously. Can you just get out of the way? I don't know when I'll pick that up. That is a lovely shawl that I was gifted last year and I started on Christmas Day. I didn't bring it with me because I haven't worked on it, and I'm trying to think of what else. I do have one thing for the year-long knit-along to finish off, which is one of the other slippers. I was doing the Sonoma seamless slippers. I think I've made one with my hand spun. I have that to finish off. I know I've got other things on the needles, but I think it's time I needed to look and see what else I want to put on. And there is tons of stuff I want to put on the needles. And if I remember, because I keep forgetting this part, but I've written it down, I will show you a couple of things that's gone into my queue that I would like to think about putting on the needles soon. So with that, let's move into what left the den. Oh, that's been it. Go on, you can jump up. I've ordered Bindi some steps for the bed. We have a little stool there, and she was using it for months to jump from the floor to the stool to the bed. And then all of a sudden she just kind of jumps at it and won't jump on top of the stool. I didn't get any higher, so I don't know why she stopped using it. So I've finally ordered some pet steps, because I get sick of getting off the bed to pick her up and put her on. Alright, anyway, moving on. What left the den? Where is it? Here it is. I have a finished object, and it was, I think it was on the needles last week, yeah, because I showed you it, and it was a hat, and it was called Helix Striped Hat, and I had cast on in just some acrylic from, I think it was Vanish Choice I was using actually, for the Hats for Kiddos knit along with Daniela and Ali Cat, I think that's right, from the Caffeinated Knitting podcast. And I mentioned that in the Knit Along news last week too. And I finished it. And I found my pom-pom maker, because I thought I couldn't remember where it was, but I did find it. And here it is! Look at the size of the pom-pom. It covers my head. Look, it's the size of my head. Not really. I think I might have put a little bit too big a pom-pom on, but it's quite steady. I mean, it's not heavy either, and doesn't that look fabulous? I want to try and show you, not a tutorial, but I want to show you how to quickly do these pom-poms. I might try to do it next week. I didn't write it down to do today. But anyway, this is the Helix striped hat, just a plain rib, individual stripes. This is a cream colour, it might look white. And then some decreases around the crown. And this is just a child size. And it's finished. It's fabulous. Now, that brings me into, because that is all the knitting I have on and off the needles, let's jump straight into knit-alongs, and I'll tell you a little bit more. And I just kind of want to adjust that, because I feel like, that's going to chop my head off. I feel like there's too much. That might be okay. There's too much gap above my head. Hold on. I might as well grab my iPad while I'm over there. So oh dear. I am front and back, left and right. Sorry. I need to do this a little better again next week. Knit-alongs. Let's talk about quickly Pinktober, because what are we now? 23rd of September. We have one more week before, I think it's, 1st of October should be sometime next week. I'll open a thread for finished objects for Pinktober. If you're watching for the first time, Pinktober is a knit-along that I do with Kathy from the Knit Nerd podcast. This is our third knit-along, and we've been getting some fabulous prizes in. I have a new prize to show you this week, and I'm sorry, but that part of my hair's bugging me as well. I really should, I feel like, James, I'm having a problem here, like he was last week with his hair. I didn't style it. That's James from the Dancing Geek podcast, and if you haven't seen it, you should. He's only done 3 episodes, but he's just fabulous to sit down and knit with, and he's in Derby in England, which I just love. I love watching my British podcasting friends. Okay, sorry, I keep getting off on a tangent. Pinktober. You can be knitting anything right now, but you mustn't finish it until 1st of October, between then and the 31st. And then you can put finished objects into the thread that will open up pretty soon for a chance to win prizes. I have a new prize. I'm not going to go through them all every week. I'm going to show you some new ones as they come in, and then one week, perhaps at the start of Pinktober, and then in the middle of Pinktober, and then obviously at the end. I'll show you all the prizes all together, just for perhaps those that are checking in for the first time. This week, and I have to, I've got it out of the packet now, the lovely Michelle, Dancing Dog Dye Works dyer, who we all, I'm sure, know and love, said she would send a skein of her yarn as well as a giveaway, and she has gone above and beyond even and created a brand new colourway for Pinktober, and it's here. Oh my gosh, I know, I think everyone drools over Michelle's colours, don't we? This is her twist sock, which is the lovely, I know, I'm sorry if it's blurry, but I just want to kind of hold it still so you can see all the colours in it. Twist sock, and it's a 2-striper. You can't tell from that, can you? It looks variegated. So you have a stripe in the solid pink, I think, and then the other stripe is actually variegated with all these colours in. It's called Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. Isn't that fabulous? Now, this one's mine because sometimes Michelle and I like to do little swaps. Bags for yarn, you know, you can't go wrong with that. This is Superwash Merino, 400 yards. It's going to be one of the prizes. This one's mine. The other one is still wrapped. I didn't want to unwrap it. She always puts it in her fabulous tissue paper and it'll have some black ribbon around it. I think I'm going to have to skein this up or cake this up and get some socks on the needles straight away because I just love to do stripy socks, and I don't really do that many, but I love them. So I'm not sure if Michelle is going to put this in her shop at any time soon or any time after October. We'll have to ask her because I know a few people are going crazy and obviously want it, and I only have one to give away. So maybe I'll ask Michelle that and get you some information for next week. Okay, so other than that, I'm not going to say anything more about Pinktober because I did go into it a lot last week, and I think I'll just try to do it every other week, give you like larger updates. I'll repeat that Kathy from the Knit Nerd podcast is also doing the Pinktober, and she does have information on in her Ravelry group about donating because she is doing Race for the Cure this year. She hasn't in the past. We've kind of always made it a just breast cancer awareness month, and make you guys aware of the information that you can get on breast cancer. But this year Kathy is doing the race, so I'm going to put that to one side, and I will mention again quickly the knit-alongs. Sometimes the words just don't pop out of my mouth. They're stuck in my head. Daniela and Ali Cat from the Caffeinated Knitting podcast are also doing a Hats for Kiddos knit-along. It's going on right now, and I still forgot how long it runs for. So check out their Ravelry group for any information. I know lots of us like to start knitting hats this time of year. They're super quick knits, and just for it to be for, sometimes it's been the homeless shelters that we've done, and this one is for the kids that Ali works for, and I think their goal is like 300 hats. Check out their Ravelry group if you want a little bit more information. I am going to put another hat on the needles, and if I remember, I'll show you it because I just shoved it in the favourites and queue because I saw it this week as well. With that said, I think that's what we're going to jump into. I'm going to jump into new in the queue because I keep forgetting to show you some stuff. Move that because that's show and tell. I'll show you on my iPad the hat I just mentioned. I have not got it ready, so if you want to bear with me. This is the hat. There's 3 sizes. Isn't that so cute? And it's called the garter ear flap hat. And of course you need either acrylic or superwash yarn for this knit along. We don't knit the hats in wool and then the kids or their families can't wash them. I am putting that on the needles this week. Probably not today because I've got a lot of other stuff to do. Oh, I'm closing the iPad. The other thing I kept forgetting to show you that I did put in my queue, if my iPad is going to cooperate, and it's not, it won't even close. Gosh, I should have rebooted this. I put this in my queue a couple of weeks ago, just simply because I liked the style of it, and it's knit with, this one's knit with a bamboo. I know summer's just about been and gone, so this won't go on the needles this year, but I really liked it, and it's called Una. Hi Una. I know there's there's an Una in our group, so hi Una. This is a little short-sleeved summer kind of top. Let me get the back up, which is what I really liked as well. This is what This is what caught my attention. Look at the detail on that. I know you're seeing all glare. Oh, isn't that annoying? You saw it. I don't want to keep you showing. But it's called Una. It's a paid-for pattern on Ravelry, $7 from Clothes Horse Fall 2014, whatever that is. It's a DK yarn. They've used Bee Sweet Bamboo. And I just love it. So that is something I'd like to think about for springtime next year. So that went in my queue as well as that cute hat. What you doing, Bindi? Alright, where does that bring us? To show and tell. And let me just, let's see. Okay, show and tell quickly. I have a couple of friends now that are going to send me some English knitting magazines. I did mention this a few weeks ago, and I did ask in the Ravelry group if anybody was interested in doing like little swaps with me. This past week, 2 of the magazines arrived again. Simply Knitting, which is one of my favourites, which is what I was knitting the Forest Elf from. This is the recent, or the most recent one. Let's see, I think this is October's issue, and it's got some spooky knits in. Look at that eyeball. That's a knitted eyeball. So it has spooky knits, and oh, that's a nice I haven't marked anything in here. I just wanted to tell you that it came in. I just absolutely love these magazines. Okay, this is what I was looking for. It took too long. I just like the look of that sweater because it was on the front. So it was right down there. And I thought I'd show you it, but it just took forever to find it. So that was one of the show and tells. And the other magazine that came was this one, which I love, is Let's Knit. And there's 2 others that I really like, and they're all similar. Titles is Knit Today and Knit Now. So this one came, I was reading through this, and because I haven't got it in any other topic, I don't think, this might be, I'm not sure, no, I was going to say this might be the title, but I think I'll title this First Fall or something about fall. I was going to title this Changing My Legacy Again, because as I was reading through this last week, or a few days ago, sitting out here on the porch, I saw, and I don't even know where it is, so I think I'm just going to tell you about it rather than try to find it. But I saw in here a pattern, and it gave me an idea about my legacy, and the pattern was for a wedding veil. Wedding veil. So it was a lacy wedding veil, and it gave me the idea that perhaps as my legacy, instead of knitting the big blanket that I've, kept thinking about doing, I think I should knit Kristen a wedding veil, or shawl or shawlette, and not tell her about it. And if the opportunity ever arises, I would be able to give her it one day. And if she's not going to be one of those that gets married until she's 30 or 40, I might give it to her sooner. But I just thought I would like to knit something like that, especially for her, to leave for her, rather than like a big blanket. Because the blankets I can just knit and it'll be a family thing. But as a special thing from me, that idea was put into my head because I saw a pattern here. And with that said, I have started seriously thinking, I did look at some wedding veil patterns on Ravelry, and I have thought about this before, but now I'm thinking about it especially for to be either a wedding veil or a christening, something maybe it's for a christening, I don't know. But the pattern I'm starting to think about is the Even Star. Epic, huge, circular shawl. And you all know where it is, and some of you have knit it, some of you got it on the needles. I do know Zena, who used to have the Nitty Natter podcast, who's now the Little Yellow Uke Crafts, or she has a new podcast. Her Ravelry name has changed to Little Yellow Uke because she has a ukulele. She has that on the needles, and I need to ask her if she's going to pick it up, because I know that kind of went into hibernation, I think, last year. So what do you think? I don't know whether to put that on the needles, go find yarn, think about it for the New Year's and, you know, a New Year project. I don't know. I do want to think seriously about doing such a huge, epic project like that. So that was, I didn't know where else to put that in the podcast, but it was because I'd seen it in one of these magazines, and I'll talk about that in future episodes if it pops up. And with that, one more thing in show and tell. The yarn Girls Just Want to Have Fun was one of the things I swapped. Me and Michelle did our little swap, and because we swapped twice, I also have another skein, and this is Maleficent's Dragon. I think that's how you say that, isn't it? Maleficent? And it's Waltz Worsted Superwash Merino, 218 yards. And it's gorgeous purples, pinks, blacks, greyish, mauve purples. And super squashy as always. So that's the other thing I wanted to show in show and tell. Let's quickly move on. Book talk, nothing to show. Have not read anything really this week. Still haven't finished my Sally Goldenbaum, Patterns in the Sand. The book that was supposed to be reading, which I know I won't get read, for the Neighbourhood Book Club is In the Garden of the Beast. I think that's what it's called. It's about Hitler's Germany, and I just know I'm not going to get time to start that. I haven't even started it. So I'll probably go to book club next week as just a social night, see my ladies, my friends, but I didn't get to read the book. Okay, so nothing really to say about that other than I did mention last week that I might, come Christmas-y time, read the small little novel called, or fiction book, called Skipping Christmas. I mentioned that. It's still an idea. I still was writing it down. Or perhaps we might have a movie along and we can all watch Christmas with the Cranks one weekend. I don't know. And I think that brings us into girly chatter. A couple of things to say this week. Girly chatter, it's the first day of fall yesterday. The weather's gorgeous here. It has been hot. The past week is hot, but not like horrendously hot. It's been getting into the 80s. The hot is more in the house. It gets really hot in my living room because I can't close I don't have curtains or shades up at all of the windows, and we do get the afternoon sun. So it's mainly in the house that is hot and uncomfortable. Outside, in the shade, especially here on the porch, which never gets full sun, it's just gorgeous. So a couple of days have started off quite overcast, and I want to use the word gloomy, but that sounds miserable, and I'm not miserable when I see the grey clouds, but it looked like a gloomy day. And so I started thinking about comfort foods, and I was searching it online. I like to, search on the iPad, and I watched a show last week, The Pioneer Woman, and she just so happened to be making chicken and dumplings, which is what hubby's been mentioning for a few weeks. And yesterday I made her recipe, chicken and dumplings, and it was really, really good. So that was a really delicious comfort food. Chicken and dumplings is not something I've had very often. I have had chicken noodle soup, chicken stew kind of things, but I just made hers, tried to follow her recipe as best I could, and it came out really, really good. So if you fancy something new, you want to try something new, check out the Pioneer Woman. I watched her show on TV and that's where she was doing the recipe, but she does have it on her website, thepioneerwoman.com. Just go search on her site for chicken and dumplings and the recipe will come up. She always has tons and tons of pictures of it as well. So that was what I did yesterday. And the other thing I wanted to mention, I'm going to start trying to do, maybe it's a new recipe or try something new every week, especially like the fall comforty kind of foods. And if I do, I'll share them with you. The other thing I wanted to say kind of is tied in with the shop update. So it's still part of a girly chatter because I wanted to chat a couple of minutes about time zones. Now, I know if you're in the States here, this might all be old news to you, but I still always have people asking when I do shop updates, when I say what time I'm going to do it, they still have to try and figure out what time it's going to be for them. So I didn't bring a map or anything, but I've always struggled as well with trying to figure out what time is it in what state if it's this time for me. And I think I've finally got a hand on it, and this is where I'm going to say, I was going to show you a map of America, but if you think of the map of America, going from left to right, on the left you have the West Coast, California and all that. Now I don't know where the time zones stop and start, but I do know that in America, and obviously I think Alaska might be different, Hawaii might be different, I'm not sure. There's 4 time zones, and on the west, on the left side, is Pacific time, and after that is mountain time, and that's where I am in Colorado with all the mountains. And then after that you move a bit further, I'm kind of showing you it left to right, so you move a bit further right and then you hit Central Time, and then a bit further right you're back on the other side, which is the East Coast, and that's a lot of the time, the times are focused around what time it is on the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time. There's 4 hours difference, no, 3 hours. There's 3 hours difference. Yeah. I think I want to say 4 because there's 4 time zones. So when it's 2 o'clock on the East Coast, which is where I always set my shop update for, 2 p.m. EST, that is 12 p.m. for me because I'm 2 hours behind them. So it's Eastern is 2, go backwards, Central is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Mountain Time would be 12 o'clock lunchtime, and Pacific would be 11 o'clock in the morning. I know I'm waffling and this probably doesn't make sense because I haven't really got anything visual to show you. Maybe I'll go over it another time. And all I know is from where I am now, England, and I'm sorry I don't know what the rest of Europe's time zones are, England is 7 hours ahead of me. When I lived on the East Coast, they were 5 hours ahead of me. I've not lived in the Central Time Zone or Pacific, but you get the idea. 5 hours ahead if you're living on the East. They'll be 6 hours ahead of you if you're Central. They are 7 hours ahead of me because I'm Mountain Time, and they are actually 8 hours ahead of anyone living in California. Huge time differences from there, 8 hours. And you can literally call somebody at night, 11 o'clock at night, say, if you're living in California, you can call people in England and, 7 o'clock in the morning, you wouldn't be waking them up if they are up and ready for work. Anyway, waffly. So that just popped into my head, and it's just a silly little chatter. And that totally brings me into shop update with the Kiki Boo bags. There was a shop update yesterday. I thought I might be able to show you what was left in the shop, but there's no bags left in the shop, which I'm very grateful for, and I'm truly thankful for everyone that does keep buying the Kiki Boo bags. I did put some large sweater bags in. I showed you a couple of them last week with the British fabric. I made a couple more autumnal kind of colours. And they're great for the sweaters. If you're going to start casting on sweaters, I do want to try and make some more larger bags. I have taken on a few more custom orders as well, so I'm not sure when I'll get bags in the shop, because I do want to concentrate on some custom orders for you guys in the next week or so. I'm sure that was a little fly flying around. So that's the news on that. I keep wanting to try to make bags for the shop, but I don't want to turn you down if you would want a custom order either. I just got to keep figuring out, juggling the time I have and what days to sew, what days to do housework. Sometime this week I am going to drag out my fall decorations for the house, get up to date with the housework and bring out some of the fall decor. And if you're interested, I might either show some pictures, or I might do a little tour and take you inside and show you, how I've decorated this year. I don't think I'm going to go over the top with the fall stuff, because I'll just have to, it's a lot to put away and get out Christmas stuff, in a hurry. I'll be decorating early for Christmas this year, probably end of November, because I'm hosting the Book Club's Christmas Social. Okay, so with all of that, I think that brings me to the end of everything I wanted to share with you today. And I will say, as I always do, I hope you've enjoyed sitting down with me. I really, really do enjoy sitting here with you. I can't believe I'm still able to sit on the porch with you guys. And I want to tell you, recently there's been so much going on in podcast land where not just the podcasters themselves bonding with each other, but the viewers, you guys, our friends, by leaving messages in the Ravelry group, commenting or just chatting with us all. I just feel like we're such a close-knit family. And I was telling hubby this morning that I feel like I have millions, over exaggeration, but I feel like I have millions of friends now. I didn't mention, but the Ravelry group actually went over 800 members this week. Phenomenal. I can't believe it. So thank you for joining the group. Thank you always for leaving messages or PMing me if you don't want to leave a message in the forums or the threads. I love hearing from you, so you can just shoot me a PM. I always try to. I think majority, 99% time, I will get back to you. I have a couple of messages to catch up with. Florence, if you're watching, it just popped into my head that I hadn't replied to you yet, sweetie, so I will try to do that. So yeah, I just appreciate it. I love it so much. I love still watching the favourite podcasts that I have, and I'm always behind on that as well, but it's such a big, huge part of my life, my knitting and this podcast. I just love it. So I want to wish you all a fabulous week. I hope you get to do lots of fun things, catch up with stuff if you need to, relax if you need to, and I hope you come back next week and join me here, hopefully on the porch, in the knitting den. Bye guys.